Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic. What's up? What's up? What's the vibe? Place where we find new talent, new faces, and upcoming stars shares live on the show all the time. What's up? What's up, everyone? Special show today. We do have filmmaker Ronald Black coming here on the show. Hopefully, he can log in and we can talk to Ronald and see what he's been doing lately and what films he played in, or produced, or filmed, etc., etc. Well, what's up? What's up with everyone? What's up? What's popping? What's popping, show? Let me give myself a round of applause, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Please don't blow nothing up. Okay. Anybody screaming in the building? We here, we here. Don't worry about it. So anyway, Julian, how you doing? What's up? What's going on? Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for logging in. So big shout outs to Nicole Vegas. I spoke to her last night. We was talking for a while. Oh boy, we had a long talk. Um Very excited about Desert Fiends 2 coming out in January. The premiere is in January. Skate to Hell, also another film that they produce and they're working on bringing it out for 2026. So a lot of things happening over in Vegas. Big shout out to Sean C. Phillips and Nicole Vegas for putting together these great films. And as you know, in April there'll be another film that they be working on. So opportunities is there for perks and for whatever you know situation that you might want to get in. I believe there will be opportunities. So just stay in tune and see what's in the works. I'm looking forward to coming out in April. So there's a lot of things that I need to get done before I head out to Vegas. So, you know, very happy of everyone working, putting in the work. Um, Today we got Ronald Black coming on, and he is a filmmaker. Um, he's helped put together a film called Happy Anniversary, um, Flickers, and it comes from the same. It came from where? So those are just a couple of films that he's worked on, and we want to talk about those films and see exactly um, how long it took him to get these films done. You know, filming is it's a very interesting thing, and a lot of people don't know what you got to do to actually get a film done. You know, what's behind the scene, like everything that every role that everybody has to play to get a film done. Even like a scene, some scenes you can take one take, two takes, three takes, long as it takes to get the take they're looking for. But the quicker you can get it done, the better, because they saving film. You know what I mean? They saving film. So, but the good thing about it is that you get to play your role, and you know you get to you get to see the end results of what it is that you're putting together, or whatever film that you might be playing in. So that's my rush when I see a film that I'm in, when it's a when it's final and it's done and it's been distributed and it's ready to come on Tubi or Amazon Prime. You know, is a good feeling to be in a project that's been completed. You know what I mean? A lot of films get done, but they don't complete they don't complete, you know, the film. So the film stays in the air. So, when you're working with teams, okay, it's going good, good. Supposed to go great. That's the whole idea, right? Hi, Susan. How are you? How are you? Nice for you to tap in. Okay. So, and for this year, for 2026, there's a lot of films coming out. A lot of my friends, um, are even in Hollywood, are accomplishing. Donnelly Hazing, John Osuna, working on another project. Robert Amico, you know, so many great people. Mr. Howard Riggs, you know, out there. I'm not sure what Jimmy Starr and Mr. Russell are doing now, but they are producers as well and writers. I just haven't heard of them in a while, but I know everyone's working, and trying to put out new stuff for 2026. So I'm excited to watch Desert Fiends and Skate to Hell, come out. Um, we got some great people on scene and on the camera and behind the camera and all that, for Desert Fiends too. I'm excited, to watch it once it comes out. Um, like I said, the red carpet will be sometime in January. Um, but also they working on, like I said, another film called Slashers. So opportunities are always there. That's why you know I work with certain individuals. So you have to be real careful, people too. You have to, when you're working with certain people, is to make sure that you do your research. Do your research. Ask your questions. About teams that you might be working with. Stuff like have they finished the project? Have they ever finished a project? What's the name of the project? Anyone can vouch for that, or is there any links I can go to where I can see some of your work? Because sometimes, you get into projects and money's being, you know, sent here, sent there, and you're hoping, um to get a role in a film, and then you might get the role, you might end up filming it, but nothing happens. Everything stays the same. So for me, that's actually wasting time, wasting money, and what other people doing with the money that they're getting where they can't come through with the project. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful on who you work with. Make sure you do your research, that they have done projects in the past and they have finished the projects. That way at least you know that you're taking a better risk on being able to see yourself on on a channel, or on a Tubi, or on a you know Amazon Prime. you know So this here's not, I won't say it's like a gamble, but kind of like it is. If you don't do your research and you don't pay attention in in the circle, and you're not asking the questions, there could be a pretty there could be a chance that you're gonna get caught up in projects that ain't even functioning, and you're gonna lose a lot of money. So make sure that you do your research on whatever project you're working on. So, folks, I do have Ronald Black on the panel. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know we in the building. It's getting saucy. It's about to get saucy up here. Okay. So you hold on to your shoes. Okay. Strap up your waistline because here we go. Okay, folks, please welcome filmmaker Ronald Black to the show, folks.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
How you doing? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Busy, busy. How's your holidays going?
It's going slow there, Ronald. You know, it's slow on this side. It's cold, so everything slows down.
It's definitely too cold.
Oh man, I tell you, what part of the country you from, or state?
Jersey, South Jersey.
Oh, you from Jersey? You a little warmer than we are. I'm on the north side. I'm in Boston, close to New Hampshire, and Maine.
All right. I got you. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit warmer than it is up around there.
Yes, sure is. I'll be in Jersey anytime, I'll tell you. So you're a Jersey guy. Okay, you're from the East Coast. Okay, that's good. Is that where you grew up, or do you still reside there in Jersey?
Yeah, I grew up I was born in Philly and grew up in South Jersey. Still here.
Man,
local.
You scaring me right now. You talking about Philly, the hot spot Philly, and then Jersey. Oh boy. Oh, those are the hot spots. But I love it though. I love me some Philly. I love me some Jersey. I go out there when I can to support some of my friends that are in like the comedy world, the comedy shows. So I go out there to support them and come watch their shows.
No, man, trust me, brother. I love New England, man. New Hampshire, yeah. Boston. I'm there pretty much. I used to be there all the time, brother.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't know. I hate the cold, but I love the cold. It's weird. Bostonians is weird, So, okay, so you're a filmmaker. Did a little, background check, and so you got a few films that are out. I was trying to find some of them on YouTube to see if we can get like a clip going, but for some reason I couldn't find some of these. But tell me, before you started or you transitioned over to become a filmmaker, what was you doing before that?
Actually, I'm still doing it. I'm working construction. I'm a safety manager for a construction company, and I've been doing that for like 15 years. And then all of a sudden, I just I just got the bug to make movies, man.
Really? You just said what? Honey, today I'm going to be a director. Is that how it went? Or you was like, you had a conversation with some people and then said, you know what? I want to try this. Or you just woke up and say, honey, today I am a director.
Kind of went a little like that, but no, what happened was my son wanted to be in a movie. So okay. I'm like, all right, no problem. I did the whole Indiegogo crowdfunding thing and paid for him to be in the movie. We went on set and started hanging out with the people, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. Then I got him in another movie, same thing. Went on set, started like, oh, this is pretty cool. Watching, learning, asking questions. Came back from like the second movie set, and I was talking to my my business partner right now, which we work together. I'm like, man, it would be great if we made horror movies. You want to make horror movies? He's like, sure, why not? We're not doing nothing else on our spare time. And next thing you know, we're grabbing cameras and we're running around conventions, just filming crap.
Wow, that's crazy. And here we are, right?
That's right.
How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
A little over a year and a half.
Wow. Okay. So over a little bit of a year and a half, you guys completed how many films?
We've got 3 shorts and actually 4 shorts and a series that's on YouTube that we still have 9 episodes to get out. We just don't stop. We just keep going. We just have so much stuff sitting around in post just waiting to get edited that it's not even funny. We've got so much stuff out right now that we're trying to do the more priority things ahead of time because we didn't realize we were going to be this swamped. Like we just love doing it.
Right. Okay. So you said a major word there. When you say YouTube, um, in the series, how is that working out for you?
The series is great. My plan was to do 100 episodes. Like I said, we've got actually 13 right now. Only 4 of them are out. The other ones are just sitting around waiting to get edited because we keep jumping from project to project. And these are like, we make these with no money.
Right.
Like we finance these ourselves. So when we do a crowdfund for our other movies, we owe it to the fans that gave us money to get these out before we get anything that we did ourselves. Like we want to, give thanks for everybody. So we try to get those out before anything else.
Right. Right. Okay. I see. That's a good way to do it. So I asked you that because I'm thinking of doing a YouTube series as well. You know, with some ideas that I got, but that's a little bit in the future that I'm gonna do. I still got to write. So
Go for it, man. Do it.
yeah, definitely. So you guys just decided to make movies and so how many would you? So it's like 4 movies, maybe 5 movies you guys have worked on, right?
Right.
Okay. So
I mean, that those are the ones that we've done, but we've helped other people help with their movies. And we, like I said, every time we step on set, we learn. We're there to learn.
Right.
Whether it's our movies or somebody else's, we're asking questions. We're stepping up. We're doing everything we have to do to better ourselves, along with bettering the film that we're attached to.
Right. That makes sense, and it's always good to know because anytime you're on a set, you're learning. I'm still learning. I'm even though I'm an actor and stuff, but I like to know the back scene, the back scene of a film, the camera, the angles, the the millimeters
The
on the
lens, yeah.
camera,
Yep.
the lens, 440, 60s, how to use those for what type of scenes and stuff. If it's a close up or is it a long shot, those things are important. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's not. Trust me, people that think making movies is easy, they've never tried it.
No. Unless you're doing it off a phone, that's different. If you're doing it
Right.
off a phone, but when it's like production, like you're working with, a crew, a team, is different. It's a whole different ball game.
It definitely is. I mean, if you got a good team, then it's fun. Like we have fun on set. We might do a lot and get a little bit stressed out, but the people that we have with us, they just make being there that much better.
Right. So do you write your stuff, or you and your partner write it together?
I pretty much write everything, and then he goes over it. And if he sees something that we want to change, well, I'll go back and I'll change it. He'll be like, "Hey, maybe we should try this instead of this and see what happens." And if I agree, I'll go back and I'll change it and make it better. I mean, it's a partnership, and like if he's got ideas, I want to use his ideas. It's a two-way street.
Right. It doesn't matter as long as we can get it done, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with my partner. I write, and then I send it to her. She overlooks it. She says, "This is great, but I would do this on this scene, or I would change this, put this over here, and take this out." I'll be like, "Okay, let's do that." So we my story, but she helps me correct it or put it in the way where it makes much more sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what we do. We do the same exact thing.
Right, and it's a good strategy. When she writes, because she's a better writer than I am, but we both creators. We create good things together. So she'll write something, she'll send it to me. She'll say, "Hey Vic, take a look at this. Read this." I'll read it. I read it. Some couple of times, she wrote the line twice, where I say, "Hey, you got to get this because you wrote it twice." So I'm like her second eye, and I read it. Say, how about this? Kind of like what you do. and your partner do. Say, well, how about we try this? So then, and she'll change it, like you said, and that's a good way to have a partner, because that way you guys can come to the best conclusion and shoot.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I direct, he pretty much does camera. So it's like, we're constantly like back and forth, this, try this, try this, try this. So, I mean, it's a great partnership. I mean, if you have that, like you've got mostly everything just sealed up by the time you're on set. So, I mean, it's great. The way we do things right now is like, it's ebb and flow, man. We're just like there.
Right. So when you talk to your actors, or when you cast some actors or something, do you let them, once you give them a script, do you let them also freestyle on set? If after they say they roll, if they feel like something fits, they can keep it going until.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll tell everybody this. My scripts are living pieces of paper.
Right.
I have no idea how it's going to end. When we're shooting it, if they say something that sounds great, I'll just roll with it, man. If they can flow off each other, because when you get actors together, you don't know the chemistry. And once they get together and they start getting together and acting, and if the chemistry's there, it makes the project so much better.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Especially when they're comfortable.
Yes,
you know? And I think that's very important for directors to know, that when you're filming, because there's directors that are straight direct. You know what I mean? Like people, it's my turn. It's my turn to go. I'm so nervous because I'm scared of the director. I think that's that's not a good thing. If your actors can be as comfortable as you behind the camera, then I think that you're going to get the best of them. And like you said, the chemistry. If you put them around the chemistry, and they feel they got that okay, I can be me. I can be me. So let me just bring this character out. It works for me when I'm in set and I'm working with a director or producer, and they laid back, like they chill, and let you do what you need to do, and say, okay, well, maybe let's try it this way, or try it the way you want to try it, and give you that route where you can say, okay, well, now let me just loosen up and do me, like I'm gonna really turn this character up.
Yep. I'm the same with when I'm on the other side of the camera, when I'm actually acting, I'm the same way. I'm like, once I get out there and I start hearing everybody's lines and seeing what they're going to say, and then I'm feeding off of that. Yeah. I can make the character mine, and as long as the director or the crew is good with what I'm doing, I'll just keep flowing, man.
Yeah, I like that, because I'm the same way. I hear the conversation going, and I already got the plan in my head what I'm going to say, and keep it going from there.
That's it.
And that's a good flow. That's awesome. So that's good that you work that way with your actors, and you guys sit and you guys talk and you guys come into a conclusion on how you're going to shoot it. That's phenomenal. I like to work with directors like that. It makes it much easier and fun.
Yeah, we love to have, like I said, it started out as like a game. Like we're doing it just to have fun, getting people. It was pretty much our friends. We would have all our friends acting and everything, and then it got bigger and bigger. Now, once you're on our set, you're friend. We're all friends. Like everybody that's worked with us, like we keep in contact. All the actors, all the crew. So it's just like it's one big family, man.
And that's great, and that's very important to do, is keep everybody intact. Because ideas come from that. Expansion, like you said, comes from that. You keep growing and growing and growing. You get people that know more technology, AI. You can get into the AI stuff. Now there's so many things that you can do as a director, and with people that come into your circle that have talent to do certain things, where you can upgrade your film.
Exactly. I mean? Yep.
Yeah, you can go from a regular film to a sci-fi film if you got the right people that know how to, create that sci-fi look, and maybe are good with the AI.
Right.
AI. Yeah, your movie can look totally different. I'm trying to tell you.
We're bringing
So,
Hollywood to the Indies.
hey, Hollywood is wherever you want to make Hollywood. You know,
That's right.
as long as you got the people, you got the right connects, you can make anything happen. You know. So, how big is the filming industry right now where you're at?
There's a lot of our friends are making movies. Like we've got a lot of friends in the filmmaking business between Pennsylvania, Delaware, New York, even like Baltimore. It's growing. Like it's growing big. Like people are constantly making films where I am. So like I said, in New Jersey they're just building a Netflix and a Paramount. So hey,
wow.
they're bringing Hollywood to Jersey, my friend.
Yeah, I see. So what films do you prefer to write about? Drama, action, true story films, fiction, like what's love stories, like what's the background?
Right now it's like a lot of horror and comedy. Like we love to make people laugh. Like but we do a lot of horror. Like there's two things that we're into right now. It's a lot of blood and a lot of comedy. So we're trying to mix, like we'll do stuff that's funny and then throw some blood into the mix. But that's just the way we are. We're on set, and if something happens where we're having fun, we're just going to roll with it, man.
Right. I see, kind of like what we were about. Like my two partners or friends are doing movies like that, horror and comedy. Desert Fiends, which I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, Sean Phillips. Yep.
Yeah. Sean's a friend of mine. So is Nicole.
I'm headed out to Vegas next month to go to the premiere of Skates of Hell.
Oh, so you know Nicole. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Nicole's very, very good friend of mine. I was talking to her last night, matter of fact.
I was talking to Sean yesterday.
Was you? You see? What a small world, huh? Small world. Jesus Christ. So I was saying earlier, right? I mean, I know you can make a short film or a film without no budget. We know that, and I think the key to be able to do that is to have a good camera and a good sound guy and a good editor. If you got those three things, you can make a $5 movie, $100 million movie.
If you got a good story and good people behind whatever, like you said, the camera, a good sound. Yeah, you that's it. That's all you really need.
Yeah. So, so for say promoting a film, that will be the best way to do it for me.
Right.
It's do a short like that, and then just see what happens. Put it on YouTube and then see what happens from there. And you can be successful if you got a great story, like you say. You got a great storyline. You got great actors. They don't have to be perfect actors, but if they can get the character to play the character well, then that's good enough to tell the story.
And we do indie. It's all indie, so it's all low budget, cheap, and like I said, most of the time it's friends. Like, the more we do, the more people we get to know, and the more people just like, we don't need a huge budget. We'd like it, but you get what you got to make with what you have, and that's what it's all about. So, our first big budget movie was $5,000.
Right. So where are you trying? Are you trying to get distribution for these some of these film, or are you just doing it for
right now? Right now, our we've got one on. We just submitted one to Film Hub, and it's actually on the Relay app. So Film Hub shopping it around. So we'll see what happens. It'd be great to have distribution, but our next one that we're working on is an anthology. We definitely want distribution for that one. It's going to be 3 stories of psychological horror, and so far what we're saying is it's insane.
Wow, You know, I love films, especially when they got a real backstory or based on true events. I love those movies. You know, um, because it when I look at it and I see it, I feel like I'm there. You know,
Right.
it's happening for real. I'm like, wow, I can just imagine me there right now. You know how bad it would be. So tell me about Flickr. What's Flickr about?
Flickr's it's a series that we created just because we bought a Black Magic camera and we wanted to try it out, and we had some friends in a hotel, and it's supposed to be an entity in a hotel that kills the people that live there because the entity was killed a long time ago and now he haunts
Oh,
it's supposed to be an apartment, an old crappy apartment building, and the elevator never works. And as
oh,
you're walking up and down the steps in the stairwell, the lights flicker, and then this thing appears and kills you. And then as fast as it appears, it kills you, and then it's gone, and there's no trace of you left.
wow. So this is kind of like a paranormal type of film, right?
Yes, exactly.
Horror,
Yeah.
horror slash paranormal uh film.
Yep.
Okay, but that's I like horror. I remember the scariest movie I ever seen was The Exorcist. That was one of the scariest movie I ever saw, and was scared to watch anymore. Then came Freddy Krueger, and then Jason, and I think the first Jasons I like. I don't like the ones after that. I felt like they made it too. I don't know, not too scary. It was like you can kind of know what he's gonna do next.
Right.
You know, not like the first one. You were like, "Ooh, what is he gonna do? Where's he going?" You know. So I love films like that.
No, like I said, that's all the everybody's now. It's all like trying to copy the '80s style, like the old Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are the meat and potatoes of the horror community. Chucky, Child's Play. So it's all out there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone's trying to capture that lightning in a bottle, like Terrifier.
Right. I want to be different. What I want to bring to the table, I want people to really look at it and analyze what's going on around, around and kind of tell like kind of mix like true events or true stories, mix them up a little bit with some fiction, you know, add some fiction to it. Um, and yeah,
Uh,
and move
yeah,
forward from it.
definitely. Like I said, I mean, we try to do everything like we don't try to do the same old kill. When we do a kill scene, we try to make it different because everybody's seen everything. We're trying to be a little bit different on the spectrum. So people are like, wow, I haven't seen that in a while, or I have never seen that before. So
Right. It's hard. It's hard to be creative. Um,
it is in the horror industry. It's hard because you're like, oh man, I've seen them do that. I've seen them do that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, you really have to think, be very creative with the horror and comedy because everything people don't tried everything already with the horror. So you really have to think out the box to say, okay, I'm gonna do this stunt here that no one has ever done or I ain't seen it. And people be like, "Oh my god, did you just see that?"
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Trust me. That's where we're headed. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, how did that happen? you know,
Did I just see what I think I did? What was that?
what's that? Rewind it. I want to see
Yeah.
how that happened.
Yep.
That's that's great thinking and a lot of thinking, to get things done that way. So happy anniversary. What's that all about?
We did that for a challenge. It was a competition for Smod Castle, and we didn't get chosen, but it was we used Mark Haynes from Stream and a couple other people that we knew.
Yeah.
And it was just we had to shoot this in 36 hours, shoot it, edit it, everything in 36 hours.
That's Amber.
And Amber. That's my girl right there.
Okay.
Amber Brooke. But yeah, and we were doing it during a convention. We actually shot it and edited everything in 10 hours. But we had 36, but we were too busy having fun at the con to deal with all that. But
Right.
we live and we learn. We'll never do that again. It was, trust me, that was a hassle, but it started out as a love story and turned into a murder movie.
Did it? But that's the good thing about it, because you never know where it's going to end. Like you said earlier, you start it, and along the way it'll twist. You give it a twist. Now it's another movie.
Yep.
But that's great. That's great that you guys can do that. Have that talent to be able to do that, and that's why being creative is very, very good to have, because you can make something out of nothing and go run with it.
Yeah.
So that's great. What would you say is the worst thing that you've encountered as a director or actor?
Weather. The worst thing we've ever encountered is weather. For some strange reason, we must be gluttons because we shoot a lot of our big projects in November. And it's either cold, it's windy. Our first one, we got hit with a monsoon. It was 70 degrees during the day, and then we got a first rainstorm in 8 months. And I'm like, and it's like every time we try to shoot something, it's like it's the weather.
Wow.
And you can't control it.
You can't. When we shot in Vegas, we got one of those storms, the rain storms. You can see the rain coming through the big canyon, and we filming. And I looked at the producer. I said, "Nick," I said, "Look at that." And she looked, and it was a big dark cloud, like really, really dark, just coming our way. And then you looked over here, and the sun was over here. It was like a two-tone. I said, "Oh man, look, that's coming over the rocks." And when we got rained out, it was cold. A lot of big breeze coming through there. I was like, "Oh my God, this is Vegas."
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, it can really be bad on set when it's raining or really cold. I kind of like shooting in the spring where you can just wear like a sweater like this.
Yeah. Like I said, I would love to shoot in the spring and shoot in the fall. The 2 months that it's not too hot, it's not too cold.
Yeah. But it's hard because people work, and then you gotta work the schedules and stuff. So how do you find your schedules when you're acting? Like, how do you prepare for that?
Well, we kind of me and my partner, we will brainstorm. We're going to do we're trying to do another shoot in March for one of our anthology segments. And we're trying to figure out when, we got to make sure, because we want to let people know months in advance. That way they can set their schedules, because like you said, it's hard getting everybody together. And then you got to rent an Airbnb. You got to make sure that all your snacks are there. But it's pre-production on movies it's not easy.
Right.
It's a lot of logistics.
There is. I would, when I get ready to run mines, so there won't be so much craziness and too many people, around where you got to keep an eye on everyone. Just if I got a 10-day shoot, I got the people that are going to play in certain roles. Those are the people I'm gonna call out.
Right.
The ones that are being shot on that day, and the rest can wait at the hotel or the Airbnb till they get called in. That way there won't be a lot of traffic. There won't be a lot of noise in the background. Everything will be more controlled. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta have a little bit of control on set, or else it goes crazy.
Yeah, because sometimes some sets you go to and say you, me, and someone else has a scene coming up next, and you got 50 people just standing around watching, quiet on set, somebody might end up saying something, and we actually got a good shot. It's a goal. Now we got to do it over because somebody said something.
Yep.
Or somebody acting up or crazy. So I think for me, I would just bring out the people that I'm gonna have for that day for shoot. And then once they're done, they can go back to their hotel, and then I'll bring the next set that I need on set. And then at night, when we're done, we can all get together at the hotel. We can have, dinner or whatever.
Unwind.
And yeah, unwind a little bit. But on set should be, because I've seen sets that, the director's like, cut, you guys got to be quiet. And it's just crazy. It's just like a hot mess in some in some sets. And sometimes you got grown-ups, you got to tell grown-ups to be quiet,
Right.
it don't feel good, you know what I mean, to tell someone that's older than you, hey, I need you to be quiet on set, so to avoid all that, you can just say, I need my 5 people that are going to act today and tomorrow. I need that group set up. Okay, the other ones can stay where they at. Boom, boom, boom. That we work with these people. Once they're done, we'll send them back and work with the other actors. For the third and the fourth, bring those actors out. The 5th and the 6th, bring those actors out. 7 and the 8, bring those. And you can get it done that way. In my opinion, though.
No, that's the best way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that way you keep control.
Yes, I think so too, because I'd rather talk to 5 people on set than 30 people on set. Where it's driving me crazy. I gotta worry about you 5 that are on set about to roll, and I got another 50. I gotta tell them to be quiet or, keep it quiet on set, whatever the case may be.
Right.
I need to focus. Who's this? Ashley Hargrove. Hi, Ashley. Ashley's actually directed her film this year, Marriage Bites.
Marriage Bites, yeah.
Yeah, that's the brain behind it. So you know Ashley, or you don't know Ashley?
I've never met her. Like I said, we're Facebook friends, but I've been following her. I know she just had the premiere for Marriage Bites last weekend.
She is amazing. Okay, not just amazing with what she does, but as a person, she's phenomenal. Great person to talk to. She has a sense of humor. I said she should have been a comedian, because she got jokes. I miss you too, Ash. I got to bring her back too to talk about Marriage Bites. Okay, so how do you feel about working with other directors? Let's say.
I said I love working with different people. I love intermixing, getting everybody else's idea. Like I said, we do that a lot. Like we'll pair up with another director or another producer, and we'll just like click together and like, let's make something. I mean, that's where we're coming to right now. Everyone's like, yeah, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's do it.
Right. I think creative minds together can make masterpieces.
Yes.
Yeah, I truly believe that. You got 3 brains running, creating at the same time, putting each one's creation somewhere, somehow in the same project would be something to see, something to look at. You know what I mean? Say Ronald wrote this part, I wrote this part, and somebody else wrote. Say 3 of us wrote a script, just to see where your mindset went, my mindset went, and the other person's mindset went when we created a film, and just kind of be like, wow, I like what Ronald created. Like, he was mad creative, and then my part will come, you'll be like, yeah, it was a good idea. I didn't think of that,
Yeah.
and just put a project together. I think that'll be so dope.
You know what they say, Vic? Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
All day. I'm a true believer of that. So like Ashley, I remember when Ashley was talking about that, and I had an opportunity to work with her. Obviously, the time and things didn't work out. But the thing I like about Ashley and other filmmakers is that they willing to give people opportunities, right? And I think that's very big of a person to do with a big heart, because you know a lot of us that are into this either want to be actors or we want to be directors or producers or whatever the case may be. So why not give someone an opportunity? If they're not to your standard, and you can say, you know what, maybe come back next year with a little more, well, more knowledgeable of what we're doing here and the acting, and I'll give you another chance. Because this ain't for everybody, Ronald.
Yeah.
Everybody say, "Oh, I can act, I can act," but it don't be that way.
Hey, I'm off. Like I said, I love that's where we started. I'm where I am now because people gave me a chance. So
Mhm.
I'm all for giving it. Like I have no problem. Somebody going, hey, I want to give it a shot. Hey, man, bring it. If you're good, you're good. If you're not, like you said, come
Yeah.
back, learn a little bit more, get a little more practice in, and then I'll take you back in a heartbeat.
Right. Or let's start you off as an extra.
Yes.
About that. That way you're an extra, but you're watching and you're learning. You're learning from the other actors that a little ahead of you. That way you know how it move, how they move, how they put in their characters, and you just be an extra. You can be washing dishes, you can be in the back dancing, you can be like a waiter bringing coffee, and you're learning. Because sometimes those that you put in the background become the superstars.
Yep. It's definitely the truth, man. It's definitely the truth.
They don't even know they got it, and we don't even know they got it till we give them the opportunity to say, "Man, you look really good in camera." You got like that glow, that like that's your character. Like you play that character very well, and that opens doors to other things. So it's good that you do that. I'm happy that and proud that you do that and give people those leadways to be able to not just act and give them an opportunity for the first time, but to always also be open to you and say, "Hey, Ronald, I know you want me to go through the door, kick the door open and shoot. How about if I jump through the window, and when I'm going through the window in the air, I'm shooting and I land on the floor, roll over, and I'm like, wouldn't that be a better scene?" You're like, "Yeah, let's throw you over through the window. Why not?"
Yeah. Go ahead, knock yourself out. If that's what you want to do, it's all you, baby. Go for it.
We got one shot for this one. We got one take. If we don't make it, we're done. If you make it, we got it. Oh boy. So that's very good that you and your partner work that way, and you guys work together. You write it, he overlooks it and makes sure that everything is according to plan, and then you guys shoot it. How long does it take you guys to shoot a film? It all depends.
So far, like I said, we're actually pretty kind of running gun. We're getting, because like I said, we pre-production a lot. Like we're together all the time, so we go over storyboards, we go over the shot lists at work. So then when we get on set, we know exactly what we're doing.
Right.
We've shooting like 2 days, 2.5 days. That's what like if we're doing a 30-40 minute short, it takes us 2.5 days to shoot it.
Okay, that's not bad. And you guys are now, so what you guys are producing are putting it on what YouTube?
Yeah, most of the stuff we do on YouTube. Our last one, I entered it in like 150 film festivals, so it's still making its rounds. So we can't really put that on YouTube quite yet.
Right.
I said most of the stuff we do goes on YouTube once we get it done. We're stepping up our production value. I said we just got a red camera, so we're like each year, like I'm like every 6-7 months we upgrade our camera. So for some strange reason, it's like because we see that we're progressing. So we want our everything to progress with us.
Right. And the red camera is one of the best camera besides Black Magic. The red
Or,
is
yeah,
it's right on. It's right on.
yeah, we were shooting on. We have all Black Magics, but we got rid of 2 Black Magics and got the red. So now we have 1 Black Magic, 1 red, and 1 Canon. So
Okay.
we've got cinema cameras.
Yeah. You got good cameras. About to say that. So that's great. Because quality is important. You know, you don't want your stuff looking bootleg. And like we said, you know, as long as we got great editors and great sound guy and great acting, great storyline, then I don't see you not winning. You know, I see people looking at the storyline, you know, and see if it's something that they might want to play on YouTube or, you know, make it into a series, you know.
Right.
So those are the good opportunities that we have as, you know, writers and directors, which helps us produce. YouTube helps us produce and let people know who's writing, who's behind that, you know, that series, who's the writer, who's producing it. You start getting your name out there, people start seeing more of your stuff and be like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Well, I want to work with him. Or, you know, and next minute, you know, you're probably getting big projects, people paying you to write for them and say, hey, I need the story written. Can you do it? You know, and you know, and you get connected that way.
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, said for us doing it a little over a year and a half, it's like the amount of people that we know right now. I said I could reach out to a bunch of people. We stretch out from New Jersey all the way to California. I know a bunch of people in California, Texas, Nevada, the Midwest. A lot of people in the Midwest.
Right.
So it's like, you know, you just get out there, man. You just got to do it.
That's it. Well, you know, I think it's this. Once you be able to produce a film where people can see it and know that you can finish a project, you'll be surprised of how fast your company is going to grow. You're going to have actors wanting to come on, SAG actors. Why? Because even though if it's indie and they have to pay for a perk or whatever, they know that their money's being worth. You know, it's worth spending because their role they got their role, and they know that it's going to be a finished product. It's going to be able to get distribution. It's going to be played on Tubi or Amazon. It's not like, you know, some projects you get into and you might have to pay for the perk, fly out, get a hotel, rent a car, cost you say $4 to $5 to stay out wherever that you're filming. Let's just say LA. You're in LA, you're from Jersey, you fly out, you spend ticket money, you spend rental money, you spend hotel money, and then you spend a little money to get your role. So you spend 4 times and then you get into this role and then you find out that the movie's not going anywhere. So it's a big loss for someone to do that.
Yeah. So we pride ourselves in giving most of the people that back us, they're friends of ours and they've become friends of ours through the films. And the last thing we ever want to do is take money from somebody and not give them something in return. Like I said, we pride ourselves in, if you back us, we're going to make sure that you get everything you were promised and more.
Right. And that right there, my friend, is key to being successful with people. With people always going to want to, whenever you say I'm shooting a film, those people are going to be loyal to you and know that they're going to buy the perk and get what they buy or paid for. You know what I mean? And that's a good way to start in building, because people are going to be like, wow, this role is an example. They want $550 for this role. I get a role with such and such, and I get this much airtime. I'm gonna do it because I know Ronald's gonna end up finishing it. I know it's gonna end up in Tubi or it's gonna end up in Amazon. Because he gets distribution, he does his stuff. His stuff does come out. So, I can see you doing well that way, because people like to see projects finished
Yes.
project, and some people do it and they don't get their money's worth. They lose their money. People have their stuff or production held back for a year or two, and nothing's being done. So.
No, like I said, we love taking care of the people. I mean, if they're taking care of us, we make sure we take care of them. They might buy a perk for like maybe one line, and by the time they leave set, they've had like 4 or 5 lines. They just like start talking, and we're like, hey man, just go, roll with it. It sounds good. You're doing your thing, man. I'm not going to stop you.
Right.
And then they leave, and they're like, oh my God, I got a bonus.
And that's good. Like, listen. When I got my second role in Vegas with Sean and them, I just went there to interview people live on set, right? That set up the background, the red carpet. I was on the red carpet interviewing, the stars that were there and the people that were there, and one of the guys that had a role got sick. He couldn't show up. With my luck, the guy was playing like a rapper, like a rapper that was coming in, to perform. And I had to look. At the time, I had more jewelry on. I had my glass, had my hat tilt, and they were like, "Hey," Sean was like, "Hey, Nicole," and they came in and they were like, "Hey, I got a role for you." I'm like, "A role for me?" They were like, "Yeah, you want it?" I was like, "What is it?" They were like, it's like a rapper, and I was like, all right, I'm in. Rapper, I'm in. I didn't think about it. I said, all right, rapper, I can play that. So they gave me the paper. It's a big paper like there, a script. It was about that thick. I said, wait a minute. What? I said, when am I on? They were like, tomorrow. So I said, tomorrow? They were like, yeah, so you got some reading to do. I said, holy crap. So I was nervous because that was, I wasn't planning on acting in the film, and so they gave me that. Went to the hotel. I read it. I must have been up all night, and I came the next day, and with my luck, I was up. It was like getting off the car. You're next. I'm like, can I breathe? I was like, can I breathe? Can I just like look around first? See what's going on. They were like, no, you're up next. I was like, holy crap! So I'm walking to the set, saying my lines in my head. I'm looking down like a little kid being a bad kid and looking down on the ground, saying my line. And I got to the set. They were like, you ready? I was like, yeah, I guess I am. I guess I am. So they were like, action. And I did my part. The guys did their parts. It was good. It was like, all right, we'll do one more. All right, boom. We did it again. Boom, boom. Okay, so take. I was like, oh, okay, good. That was good. It was take. But I was nervous, man. I was nervous, and that's how I got my first part with just in Desert Fiends. I mean, I did a film before that, but I got in with Desert Fiends, and that's how I got my role. But when you look for certain when you look for an actor, is there certain things that you look for before you hire them for a role?
It's most of the people that we've had act, they're like, I've known them, I've seen them act, or I've worked with them in other projects, so I know what they can bring to the table. And I watch, like I said, I watch a lot of independent movies. So I'll see people and I'll be like, ooh, I want to work with them, or I want to work with them. And then I'll just reach out on Facebook or something like that. I'm like, yo, I'm doing pretty much lately. They've been reaching out to me going, hey, consider me for your next movie. Consider me for your next film. I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't even got to go anywhere. I can just like, hey, I got this thing, a project coming up. You want to be in? Are you interested? Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
Yeah. That's the good thing, when you know people. So it makes it easier on you. You know, I'm when I get ready to do mine, I think I'll be on the same boat because I know a lot of actors, um, that would want to be in one of my projects. So let's see what happens. You know, um,
Right.
what's your favorite movie?
Oh man, woof. I've got so many. I don't know if I have a single favorite one. I know lately, lately, one of my favorite movies to quote is Pulp Fiction. I love Pulp Fiction. I love all the
Yes.
characters in Pulp Fiction.
Right. I
Uh,
like Yeah, Pulp Fiction. I love that.
I said it's just the way that it was shot, the way that it was made. It's a story that jumps around that you got to keep following, and each
Oh,
story has its own little thing, and it keeps coming back to the same story. It's it was unique when it came out in the '90s. It was unique, and now it's just
was.
a staple.
Yeah, I like the first one. It was good. Another movie that I love and I would love to play maybe somewhere in the future if I get an opportunity with somebody that knows him is Wick. Wick
Oh, John Wick, yeah.
on Wick. I mean, if I can get in a film like that, that'll be awesome.
I
You
said
know?
I would love to make a movie like that, but I mean, I watch Keanu Reeves and the rest of those guys. Yeah, exactly. Do all the moves. I'm like, I don't think I have that much time to learn all the choreography for these fight scenes.
Oh boy, I just be like, just hit me. That's it. Just hit me. I'll be one of the guys that flew by. Um, so yeah, Rihanna Reed is one of the actors I would love to play a role with. He'll be one of the
Yeah,
guys that I love to
yeah.
play
He's
with.
one of my favorite actors.
Hmm. And maybe Denzel. Denzel will be another one I would like to play with.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The
You know,
Equalizer. Oh,
yeah,
love it.
yeah. The four. I heard the four was really good. I think I seen it. I'm not sure if I did. I think that was when he was in Italy or something.
Yeah.
He was in Italy, right?
Yep. That's
Yes,
a good one. They're all good.
they're all good.
That's because
Yes.
Danielle. He's a good actor. Denzel is he's the man.
Yeah, yeah. He's one of the great ones. Yeah. So, who would you like to have on one of your films to play? Say a lead role. What actor would you love to play one of your
What?
films?
What other than Keanu and Denzel?
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah, yeah.
wow. There are so many. Man, you're asking good questions. You are asking really good questions, Vic. Um,
Thanks.
let's see here. Who would I like to have on my set? Hmm. Man, we talk about this all the time. Me and my partner, like, oh, who we'd like to get? Who we'd like to get? Uh, man, like I said we stick more to independent
Hmm.
like actors. Uh, I said a a guy that I love. He's a really good actor. Dave Sheridan. I was just hanging out with him this weekend.
Okay.
I would love to get him. Wow. Eric Roberts. Love Eric Roberts. Worked with him before. Good guy. Hilarious. Oh
Yeah, we
man.
work. We work.
Oh, you worked on Desert Fiends, right?
Hmm. Yeah. He's on two too, I believe.
Yep.
Hmm.
Man, there's just so many people I
Yeah.
would love to get on set and work with, man. It's like it's a never ending list.
Okay.
Who would you
What's up,
like to work
Sean?
with?
Who me?
Yeah.
I like I I like to keep it realistic. I like to work with Ronald Black. Uh,
I got you. I got you. I got you, Vic.
Ronald Black. The I'm kind of like you. I would like to work with besides the ones we spoke about, Rihanna Reeds and Denzel. I think I would love to do something with Stallone.
Oh, good one. Good one. Yeah.
I would like to do something with Sylvester because he's he's getting up there in his age, and before he retires, I would like to do something with him, like in a military type of thing, like help Rambo something. I'll be the Van Diesel of Rambo.
Right.
He finds me somewhere in the woods, and I'm eating rocks or something, or I'm in the cave, and he finds me a big barbarian. He's like, I think you might want to help me kill some of these guys,
That's a good one, Don. That's a good one.
right? I'll be like, I'll just kill anyone. Let's turn it into like I don't know, a superhero type of thing. That's funny, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Rambo and Van Diesel in the woods. Oh boy. So that's what do you find interesting about about everything that you're doing?
Oh man, what do I find interesting? I love creating stories. Stories and then putting the people in the it's like a lot of times I'll write a story thinking about a certain character and to find that character in an actor, I think that's like that's the most interesting thing is to write something on paper and then see that guy pull that off the way you imagined it and go, wow, I can't believe that it's like he's reading in my mind.
Right. And what you thought you brought it to life, and to see it come to life is it's amazing to see. Like, wow, that's what I was. Yo, you nailed it. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
I mean, when you write something and then you watch it get made and then you see the after product after you're done and your mind just explodes going, wow, I can't believe this turned into that. Yes. And it looks better than I imagined.
Right.
That's probably the most interesting thing.
Yeah, I that's for me too. That's my thing. Watching it come to life. Watching it come to life after it's been written down in words, now it's actually being brought to life, Now it's not fiction in the paper, now it's in real life.
Right.
Now we brought it to life. And that's the magic of what is, for you, a director and a filmmaker, is to watch it, what you write, and you're looking at it happening right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, there's nothing more magical than that. Like watching what you wrote come to life and then just sit back watching it on a television as you're editing it going, wow, this is better than I ever, like when I imagined it, it didn't look this good. And they just brought everything to life.
Right. My friend says, this is Sean Ellis, External X Wolfpack Paranormal. Did I look good being a mob boss in Stallone series right now? I know, right? I get those are the roles that people want to give me: the mob boss role, the bad guy role, the gangster guy, the guy that they can shoot.
That's because you got the look, man.
Yeah, right. They shoot the guy, shoot the Spanish guy. What are you doing? He did it. So that's so how's the relationship? How's the relationship between you and your partner? Like, how's that relationship between you two?
It's good. Like I said, we spend so much time together. Like I said, we're 8 hours at work, 5 days a week, and then on the weekends we'll get together and brainstorm some film ideas or a commercial or a promo video. It's like we're together more than with our families, and it's like we have fun together. Like we're like, I don't know, we're just friends, real good friends. And we started all this by going to horror conventions. Like 10 years ago, we started going to horror conventions together, and that just grew into this.
Wow. That's great. And now you guys are having fun, not just having fun, but you're giving people that are doing nothing, they're probably at home, stressed out because they're there all day, just looking forward to work with you guys, just to stay busy and learn and be actors and actresses, and they're having opportunities. That's big itself. If you sit back and you look at what you're doing, besides the fact that you're trying to create a project, if you sit back and you look at that, you're creating something beautiful for the community, for the community, for the people to be a part of. See, the thing is that people don't understand that people always want to be a part of something, so they can feel good. I'm a part of this. I'm a part of that. We're creating this as a team. People love that. So when they're in your field, production, where we're making movies, people are going to be grateful for that. I mean, not everybody is, but for the most part, a lot of it is, and say, man, this is what I can do with my time and see where it goes. I'm having fun. I'm learning stuff and meeting people, and I'm going to be in a movie. I mean, what's bigger than that?
Look, I've got people texting me and messaging me all the time going, I want to be on set. Let's do something. Let's shoot something. Come on, guys. Let's shoot something. I'm like, whoa, calm down. But it's just the energy that you bring to people by having them part of, like you said, you have them part of something like this, and it makes them bigger than themselves. And they're just like, I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be there. Yeah. And they just never want it to end. Trust me, I never want it to end.
Me neither. And, not just that, but, you're also touching other places. You're giving people to be confident. Those that are shy, but they want to be actors, and you give them those opportunities, and they start coming out of their shell,
yes,
and starting to become themselves, or they start to learn who they are and what they're capable of doing, so you're opening a whole can of worms to people that don't want to tell you that, but you are, you're opening paths for people that are either shy, people that don't believe in themselves, people that don't think that they'll have an opportunity. There's a lot of things that you're doing that you might not see you're doing because you're too focused on the project and getting it done, but you're touching a lot of lives, changing a lot of lives, at the same time creating this project.
Like I said, I just hope people have, when they're hanging around on set and we're doing our thing, I just hope they're enjoying themselves as much as we're enjoying making this project.
Right. And learning, right? Because
exactly, yes. It's all learning.
Yeah, I agree. Because if they learn from you, then it'll be easier for you to use someone if you're needed, if you're playing different hats, wearing different hats in the production. You need, I've been around you for a year. I see how the way you may say, hey Vic, I need you to run the camera for me. I gotta produce, or I have to do this. I can say, Ronald, I got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can hold that camera and get it done for you. So it's always good to have those good people that are in your circle and teach them other things where it's valuable to you and can help you build more and do more. I want to be one of those guys too, is to teach the real good ones, how to hold the camera, what they need to do and this and that, so that I can use them in other positions, not just actors,
right?
But camera, learn how to produce, learn how to do the DNA, the DA papers, whatever the case may be, the background. So, what did your family say about this when you said, "Hey, sweetie, yeah, me and Johnny are gonna be directors"? What was the first thing she said to you?
You're like, okay, good luck. How long is this going to last? A week?
Oh, for real? Wow. Just the energy. she was like, boy, you're having a bad time right now. Okay. Next week you're gonna tell me you want to be a firefighter.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Exactly like that.
Women are good. I tell you what, I love women. Women will tell you something. You be like, oh, really? Oh, okay. You don't believe in me? You're gonna call them and talk about, Ronald, can I get a role? Can I play a mom? No, you're gonna sit in the hot seat for another month. Yeah. So your friends thought you were just playing when you told them that you was gonna work on filming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What
Now,
was the feedback? What was the feedback? What was the feedback?
like, okay, well, like everyone's like, oh, you're going to make movies? Really? You can do that? You know how to do that? No, I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to learn how to do it. And
Right.
like I said, right after we made our first crappy one, everybody was like, I want to be in the next one. Put me in the next one. Let's go.
Yeah. You see?
You know, because like you said, once you finish something and people see that you are that passionate about it to get it started and get it finished, whether it's good, bad, or whatever, they're like, I want to be in the next one.
Right. Right. And that's how it usually be, People have to see something to want to jump on something, and especially if you're like, you're in those neighborhoods where people are just like, there's really nothing else to do, and you're shooting movies. You better believe they're going to be knocking at your door. Run.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to be in your movie. Let me walk my dog. Just catch me walking the dog. So that's the beauty, Ronald, of being a creative, being a filmmaker, is to be able to sit down with your partner, create something beautiful, write it down, execute it, and then go out there and film it. And then see the results. It's the beautiful thing. And it's not easy work. It's not easy work, right?
Definitely not.
So what's your next film? What's the next thing you're working on?
We have an anthology that we finished the first segment a couple of last month. Like I said, it's a psychological horror. There's 3 segments, and it's kind of like a Twilight Zone style. So there's going to be a host that comes in and explains how the stories are, each story, and then it goes into the stories. For that, we have we just signed Ginger Lynn to be the host, and between her and Eileen Sullivan, it's not just a host. They're going to be part of the story. There's going to be a lot of blood involved in their parts. So it's something intriguing. And they're all the parts are led by strong females with psychological issues.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be something different.
Can I throw my girl in there? Maybe you can leave her at the hospital. Leave her at the hospital, strapped up with the white breath, and throw the key out.
There you go.
Throw the key out. I don't know what happens. She ran out. I don't know where she is. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for one of those movies so I can put my chick in the closet.
There you go. There you go.
Strap her down. Strap her ass down, okay? Strap her down. Make sure she don't say nothing.
Put the straight jacket on. There you go.
Yeah.
This is it.
I want 2 straight jackets. One on the body and one in the mouth.
Oh God.
Oh boy. See, so something like that with some comedy in it, strap her ass up twice with 2 straps. One in the mouth, one for the body. I tell you. But so writing the story, depending on what story you're writing, it takes you about what to get it done? A day, 2 days to write the story? A week, 2 weeks?
Generally, like right now we're doing a bunch of shorts. I've got 35 scripts just sitting in a box right now that, like I said, we're doing one at a time. We're doing the good ones. I've got scripts written that I'm picking up and I'm looking at and I'm going back and I'm retouching them up. But yeah, it's like generally I can do a decent like a 50-minute script in like less than a week. Because once I get an idea in my head, I just start flowing with it, getting the outline set up, and then I start writing the story. I've got I've got a feature that we're planning on shooting next fall. So it's 80 pages long, so it's about an hour and a half, hour and 50 minutes.
Right. Yeah, that's like me. When I write, I write. When I write, I take the topic, whatever I'm going to write about. I write it down. What's the subject about? What the things so I can keep that in my head because sometimes I forget stuff. And then I start to write. When I write like you would write a letter. One line and then underneath another line and another line. You write. That's how I write, right? And then I'll write Ronald. Ronald Black said, "Hey, how's everyone doing today?" Victor, "Oh, we're doing fine. How you been? How like that?" And then I just keep writing. And then once we start talking, I write this, keep writing the story underneath it. So that's how I write it. And then I might make copies and give it to whoever's going to play Ronald and whoever's going to play Victor. So we read the story. Then when we get to Ronald, you say your line, I say my line, and then the story begins at the bottom. Whoever's next going to say something, says something. So I write it like that. Then I send it out, and my friend breaks it down into script format. So if I was to shoot a short, or I was to shoot something on YouTube, then I'll read it off the paper, because I'm shooting it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
and it's YouTube, so it's more for promotion than it is for anything else. So I do it that way. So
I mean, everyone's got their own styles of writing, man. It's like you got to find what suits you, that you can get the words on the paper and just flow with it, man. That's your style, and that's what you do. Like I said, I had to find my own style when I'm writing. So
yeah. That's how it works for me. Because as I'm thinking, I'm writing the story. I also got the character in my head. So I'm writing the story. So once I get to the character, I write the character, whatever name it is. And if that character has anything to say, I write that down. You know what I mean? And then after they're done, if the story, if I got to keep doing the story, then I'll do the story. And then we start breaking down the characters, one by one, stuff like that. So it's like you said, it's everybody has their own different way of writing.
Right. Hey, and that's what makes stories different, man.
Yes, 100%, 100%. So if like I don't know what how you operate, but if anyone want to get in contact with you or wants to be a part of the project, how do they reach you, and how do they get to be a part of the project?
Well, if anybody wants to be part of anything we do, the easiest way to do it is go to blackavfilms.com. We have a webpage, and it's got all our information down, our email addresses, our phone numbers, and like I said, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's all Black Av Films. Just type that in there. It comes right up. YouTube. I said, a lot of people, like if they'll see my name, Ronald Black, on Facebook nonstop. Like I'm constantly posting and promoting myself, promoting the Black Av Films name.
Yeah, I see. And that's why you're supposed to say. I say it all the time to people. You have to promote yourself out there to show people what you're doing, and and put yourself out there for people to know who you are and want to work with you, and put your work out there. Trailers, people put up trailers. Send me something. I'll promote it on my page. I play it on my page, YouTube, Facebook, my TikTok. I place it all over the place. I promote. That's what I do. So anything that you might have, you want to help promote and put out there, you send it to me, and I'll put it on my platform as well.
Hey, you're the man. Thanks, Vic.
Yeah, help to promote. I also got all the talk shows where you can go to and also help promote your stuff on other channels. Mike Wagner is one of my great friends. Mike Wagner has a talk show as well and a radio show. I don't know how busy he is, but if you look him up, Mike Wagner, I'll let him know that you'll be reaching out to him, and maybe he can get you on his show as well, and you can promote all your movies and and stuff like that. That's a different show,
Yeah,
different
man. Like I said, if we don't promote ourselves, who's going to do it for us?
exactly, exactly. And it's good you have a partner. It's harder for those that work by themselves to find people to work with, and stuff like that. It's not an easy task. Um, but it's doable.
It is, like I said, it's all about drive and passion. And if you've got the passion and the drive, you can do anything.
Right. I say it all the time. Anything, as long as you put your best foot forward and you making it happen, it's gonna happen. Your dream, your vision, your movement.
That's right. See, I never thought I'd be doing this shit at 57 years old. Damn. I'm an old man.
No, you're not.
I'm just getting started in this
56.
shit.
Hey, I'm right behind you, man. I'm 56. September is my birthday, 1969. I was born.
All right. There we go. We're right up there, man. We got this shit.
Yeah. That's right. We're never too old to do anything. We just get wiser.
That's right.
And in this industry, you're never too old to do it. You're never too old. We got, we have directors that are much older than us that are still directing and still in films, that are much older than you and I. And it's better to start late than never start.
Oh, definitely. Oh, like I said, if you want to do it, just do it. Don't contemplate, don't think about it. If you want to do it, just get out there and get it done.
Yeah. That's the key, is to get it done. Not say it, just get up and go get it done. Because when you get it done, then you're progressing, you're doing things. Things are going to get done.
Yep.
Straight like that. So, is there anyone you want to shout out and thanks and give any shout outs to?
Yeah, man. I mean, my partner's Chris Avellino. He's part of Black Av Films. He's the Av in Black Av Films. But I just want to, all the people that we work with, like, it's so many people, man. It's like probably people Clifton Taylor, Amber Brooke, Sammy Morningstar, Mark Haynes, Michelle Santiago. Like, these are all people, they're all friends of ours. And like I said, they're great actors. I could call them up and have them tomorrow. DJ Patton, like I said, and all the other filmmakers out there, Nicole Vegas, Sean Phillips, Xander Goldman, Dan Kearney, all the, like, everybody. I could spree you off names like you wouldn't believe, but like I said, I've got my real tight group, and like I said, it just keeps getting bigger. Each project I do, it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
That's great, and that's how it's supposed to be. And and God always bless us because we're good people, and the more humble we get, the more opportunities we try to give good people, the better things happen to us in our lives.
I believe it.
I'm a believer of that. Yeah. So yeah. So any shout outs? That's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, thanks for having me on, Vic. I mean, look, dude. I have a blast doing this, especially when it's somebody that loves like beating back. It's great.
Hey, this is the Don Vic Show. Ain't no show like my show. I'm trying to tell you something. Okay? This is the Flavor Spot. New talent, new faces, upcoming stars get live all the time. And we do a little comedy here because I'm a little comedian when it comes to certain things.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
But
just out having a good time, my brother.
Always. And again, I'm a phone call away, a text away. You want to promote something, you need me for anything, if I can help you, it's done. Don't be afraid to reach out.
You got it, Vic, man. Thanks a lot, buddy. Like I said, you never know. You might be in the next Black Av film, brother. Yeah, bring it.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. You have a good night.
Thanks. You too. You too, Vic.
All right. Good night. Yes, that is Ronald Black, filmmaker out of Jersey, folks. This is what I'm talking about. Opportunities are always there. There's great people, that come here on the show that give people opportunities to become actors, to become, back crew helpers, whatever the case may be. That's why I love to do what I do. Opportunities are always there. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Ashley, Amazing, Lily, Sean, and everybody else that tune in. Amber, thank you for tuning in. Kevin, Duffy, and Susan, Victoria, thank you, and everybody watching on YouTube. You know the vibes. We here. So, you guys have a good night. See you tomorrow. Have another great show tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. Tune in tomorrow. Remember to share, shake, and 7 is Karen. You already know the vibes. I am out of here with peace, love, respect.